Last week, Apple released an unexpected video on their YouTube page announcing two new iPads, a regular iPad and a new iPad Pro. So, let's discuss what's new. Let's start off with the new iPad 10th Gen. The most interesting change to this new iPad is that it follows the footsteps of the iPad mini and the iPad Air by receiving a new facelift. Now the entire iPad lineup has an all-screen design, meaning there's no longer a physical home button. However, it still keeps Touch ID by embedding it in the power button, so no worries there. In addition to the all-screen display, the front camera is now moved to the landscape position. Other than that, it comes with the new A14 Bionic processor and a new high-res 12 megapixel camera on the back, so be prepared to take great photos on the iPad. And to complement the new design, Apple created a new keyboard for the device in which they're calling the Magic Keyboard Folio. This is essentially just the Magic Keyboard that you can get for the iPad Pro and the new Smart Folio combined, except it adds in function keys at the top. Nevertheless, I can definitely see this becoming one of the most sought after accessories for the iPad in general, but that sums up the new additions to the 10th gen of the iPad. So let's talk about that iPad Pro model. Now, the new generation of the iPad Pro doesn't get that much of an update. It gets the new M2 chip, which was to be expected. Apple is saying that this new M2 chip should improve the iPad's CPU by up to 15%, the GPU by up to 35%, a 50% improvement in the memory bandwidth, and a 40% improvement in the neural engine. So, these are decent improvements to an already powerful tablet. However, the most interesting upgrade for the new iPad Pro has to be the new Apple Pencil Hover feature. It allows the iPad to detect the pencil up to 12 millimeters without ever touching the iPad, allowing the user to preview selections before committing. And that's pretty much it for the iPad Pro. So, as you can see, the iPad 10th Gen received the biggest upgrades, whereas the iPad Pro received a new chip upgrade, and that's really it. But the real question is, who are these made for, and are they worth upgrading to? The new iPad 10th Gen seems to be even more centered around students this time around, hence why Apple decided to revert to the all-screen display while also moving the front camera in a different position, which is a first for any iPad. Not to mention the introduction of the Magic Keyboard Folio that's specifically designed for the 10th Gen. I believe this is going to be a great choice for students or the casual consumer that wants an iPad to be like closer to the form factor and have functionality that's similar to an iPad Pro without spending the money for a Pro or an iPad Air. Plus, it seems as if the 9th generation iPad is going to be sticking around and continue to be sold alongside the 10th gen, which is a smart move considering the 9th gen is $120 cheaper than its successor. In the case of the new iPad Pro, this refresh seems to be aimed at consumers that do a lot of editing or drawing with the Apple Pencil, that's looking to take advantage of the new Apple Pencil's hover feature. In addition to the new M2 chip, I don't see much of a reason to upgrade if you already have an iPad Pro, especially if it's one with the M1 chip, since that was already an extremely powerful chip. There you have it, the new iPad lineup. The 10th Gen will come in 4 colors, blue, pink, silver, and yellow, and it'll start at $449 for the 64 gig. The iPad Pro will come in space gray and silver as usual, and it'll keep the same base price of $799 for the 128 gig. Both are going to be available for pre-order right now, and they'll be released October the 26th. If you're looking to buy a new tablet, will one of these be the one that you choose? And if you are a current iPad owner, did Apple make enough changes to convince you to upgrade to one of these new iPads? Let's talk about it in the comment section. Also, make sure to like and subscribe, Until next time, let's keep it casual.